What's up guys, David here. I hope you're doing well. This is gonna be an unusual and funny video. In fact, I'm gonna respond to a comment that was left on a short video that for some reason it just did not sit well for me. I don't know why. I get no hate on this channel, and actually I want to start this video, I want to take this chance to thank each and every subscriber and each and every member, which I think I did before when we passed 100,000 subscribers, but I realized I should probably do it more because I'm really grateful for all of you guys, and I'm really happy to see that the videos are helping people with the members we have, either weekly emails or monthly emails. So I know this for a fact. This is to say that I really don't get hate on the channel, on the community. You guys are amazing. But this is the internet, so there's always that 1% of trolls roaming around. But anyway, I never feed the trolls, I never responded, I never do videos on this stuff because I don't run on controversy. But this one for some reason did not sit well with me, and I decided this is gonna be school day. So I did a short video some time ago explaining how the attack knob on FabFilter Pro L2, the Brickwall limiter, is not what some people could think it is, an attack time like on a compressor, like on an 1176 or something like that. It's instead relative to the second release stage that that Brickwall limiter has, and basically lets you decide when the second release kicks in. So why did I do a video on that? Because from comments and questions that I received, I realized that that was the case. Many people were mistaking the attack time for an actual attack time. With Pro L2 being a popular limiter, which I personally don't use, but many people do, I thought, well, maybe it's a good subject for a short. If you watch that video, my premise was never something like, you fools don't understand how it works and you're all stupid. But instead was, hey guys, because of how this knob is labeled, I understand that some people can mistake its function for something else. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't do a video which is free to help people understand, right? And on that video, I got this comment. I won't name it because I don't want to give people publicity, but this is how they look. And this is the comment. Look ahead function has to be engaged. In default setting, it's not on. So chances are you're using it actually right. This guy is a charlatan that makes videos about the gear that he uses incorrectly, misspelled by the way. Check his video about UAD plugins. He claims they are bad, but never use them for longer than 30 days of trial. First of all, you can go through my entire video list. You will never hear me saying something like that. That's a detail. Now let's get to the fun part. Mind you that this person actually claims that he does mixing, mastering, and songwriting, right? First of all, if someone does mix and mastering, I shouldn't even have to explain that the defining feature of a Brickwall limiter is to have zero attack. Brickwall limiters have one mother job: to prevent any signal to go above a certain threshold. In order to do that, they have to have zero attack, because it's even a 0.1 milliseconds of a transient passes. That would make them not a Brickwall limiter. That is defining characteristic of one of the most simple processors that we have at our disposal today. So you would imagine if you do mix and mastering and you don't understand the most basic feature, literally what defines a processor to be what it is, how would you think someone like that would navigate the intricacies of actual mixing, right? And usually when I do a video and I try to help people, and if they don't agree with what I'm saying and they want to keep doing things wrong, I don't care. I ignore them. I don't make videos about it. I absolutely don't care. You're the one doing it wrong. And usually when someone doesn't like me, which is totally normal, like we don't like people for a bunch of reasons. It's usually like my face, my tattoo, my hair, whatever, right? Which it's funny because when someone attacks you personally, especially on looks, you already know that they lost the argument because they can't debate the technical side. And that's the point. If you want to debate technical things with me, you're probably gonna have a hard time. You know why? Because I keep it very simple. If I'm not sure about the information that I put out, I keep my damn mouth shut, which is something more people should do.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
But when you try to correct me and you call me names, that's a line. If I have a bad day like today, I'm gonna check you. And so besides what I already said, that you fail to understand the most basic defining function of one of the simplest processors that we have at our disposal, which should already put you outside of any mixing and mastering room. If this person was at least smart enough to read the manual, it wouldn't even take much not to embarrass yourself. If you are unsure about my information, at least check it. There's a manual, it says there, very clear. And we're gonna go through it in a second. But I noticed one thing, that many people will do anything other than admitting that they are wrong or they've been doing something wrong. I don't know why, because we all make mistakes, we are humans. And if you really got your ego hurt for some reason, just walk away, ignore it, don't say anything, especially when you're dead wrong. Please remember that he thinks that you have to activate the look ahead. And on Pro L2, there's no such thing as a button, as an on-off button for the look ahead. The only control that we have for the look ahead is a knob that lets you set a time expressed in milliseconds. And it starts at 0 and it goes up to, I don't remember how many milliseconds. The look ahead time allows the limiter to examine the incoming audio in advance and predict the amount of gain reduction needed to meet the requested output level. If the look ahead time is very short, the limiter doesn't have much time to move the desired level. This will generally have effect of preserving transient better and increasing the apparent loudness, but at the expenses of possible distortion. Longer look ahead times are safer but less loud, and transient might appear to get lost in the mix a little more. How interesting, right? The shorter the attack time, the more the transient is preserved. Well, obviously, because with look ahead time at 0 or close to 0, the limiter will act more like a hard clipper. Again, 0 attack time or instant attack. When you up the look ahead time, the processor look ahead further away and so processes the audio even before. Think about how dumb you have to be. Even in the manual, even if you don't know nothing and you read this, you realize that usually longer attack time give you more snap and more transient, right? And here it tells you it does the opposite. So, if you have a functioning neuron in your head, you should probably realize, okay, maybe that's not what I think it is. But no, some people just don't get it, I guess. And I have zero problems with that. But when you try to correct me and fail miserably, and then you proceed to call me names, and you don't understand a basic thing like this, and you do mixing and mastering, you're a fraud. Oh, and by the way, when we say Geer, we don't mean plugins. Geer is this, that's Geer. Plugins is software. And to be honest, for a second, I was kind of confused. I was like, because I am very critical of my own self. Like I said, if I'm not sure about things, I just keep my mouth shut. And I thought at this look ahead being on and off, and I'm like, is it thinking about true peak limiting? Is it confusing the look ahead with a true peak limiting, and he doesn't understand this? That is not even correlated, because like I said, I repeat, the attack knob on Pro L2 controls when the second stage of the release kicks in. Has nothing to do with the attack like we know on compressors. It's not even in the same ballpark. And so I thought maybe he thinks it's the true peak limiting, which by the way, it's on by default. So even that is wrong. Thought it was kind of funny, and I thought it would make a funny video, because I like go 99.9% of the little stupid things that I get on the channel. I want to close this video with something that Tom McDonald said, and he said it pretty well. I don't think it applies to everything, because sometimes we just don't like people because we don't like people. And maybe it's stupid, we should give everybody a chance and just trying to be a kind, nice person in general. But he said this, and at least if you are in the same, let's say, business or in the same realm, I feel it applies more often than not. He said, if someone who doesn't know you doesn't like you, it's because in their head, they are in an imaginary competition with you and they are losing. But anyway, this is it for the video. I hope this clarifies once and for all how Pro L2 works for everybody. And let's all be kind and nice. See you next time, guys.